Dear students, today we shall learn how to create relief by drawing profiles. First of all, we need to know what is the meaning of relief and why we need to draw them. The surface of the earth is covered by mountains, valleys, plains and seas. These elevations and depressions of the earth's surface are technically known as relief of the earth. It is important to understand these relief features which are spreading in large extent on the surface of the earth. Therefore, we need to map them to understand their forms, features and extent. The relief features are also synonymously referred to as topographic features. The topographic maps or relief maps represent topographic or relief profiles. A relief profile is a cross-sectional view along a line drawn through a portion of a topographic map. In other words, if you could slice through a portion of the earth, pull away one half and look at it from one side, the surface would be a topographic or relief profile. Not only does constructing a topographic profile aid in understanding topographic maps, it is very useful for geologists when analyzing numerous problems to see hazards such as landslides etc., and draw conclusions about the strike and dip of the geology beneath the land surface. This is a figure which shows a simple profile of an area. To construct a topographic profile, you must first decide on a line that is of interest to you. This could be an area of your interest, whether you want to make a recreation there or you may want to make some settlement planning or construct some dam etc. Therefore, you need to know how much depth it is expected to be, a line that shows the maximum relief in the map area or any other area in which you are interested. Once you have determined where you want to draw your profile, use the following guidelines to construct your profile. Observe this figure carefully and you will see that this is a simple map of contours. Using this map, we shall draw the profile of this region. To draw the profile, you have to first tick the points with a pencil on the lines of your interest lightly on your map. Place a blank piece of paper along the line you have drawn. You may have to fix the paper to the map using drafting tape to keep them together from moving relative to one another. On both the blank paper and the map, mark clearly the starting and ending points of your line of section. Below these marks, write down the elevation of the starting and ending points of your section. Make a tick mark wherever the paper crosses a contour line on the map, making larger ticks for the index contours and smaller ticks for the intermediate contours. Write the elevation of the index contours below their ticks on your paper. You might want to start off writing the elevation of the intermediate contours as well to avoid confusion, but it will soon become tedious. Make a note of the highest and lowest points on the profile for later use. Be sure to keep track of the number of intermediate contours between the major contours. If there are more than 4 intermediate contours, it means that there has been a change in slope and you need to check to see if you have crossed a hill. Once you are certain you have all the appropriate tick marks and elevations, remove your paper from the map. Get a piece of graph paper that is at least as long as your line of section. If you are using a map with a scale of 1:24,000, you will want to use graph paper that has 1-inch grids to make work easier and mark the starting and ending points of your line of section on the graph paper. Draw vertical lines above your starting and ending points. These will be the boundaries of your profile. Use the maximum and minimum elevations along your line of section to determine how long to draw these lines. For example, if your minimum elevation is 4,320 feet and your maximum elevation is 6,280 feet, you will want your vertical line to be at least 2 inches long. Remember that 1 inch equals 2000 feet on a 1:24,000 scale map. The difference between 6,280 feet and 4,320 feet is less than 2000 feet. So, it would be possible to draw your profile in just 1 inch. However, it is much easier to construct a profile if your lowest elevation is a multiple of 2000. So, you would want to start at 4000 feet and go to 8000 feet, that means 2 inches. Beginning with your starting elevation, go directly above the tick mark on your paper and make a small dot on the graph paper at the corresponding elevation. If your graph paper has 1 inch squares divided into tenths, each smaller square will represent 200 feet of elevation change. Each index contour should lie along a horizontal grid line. Make a small dot for each tick mark on your paper. Connect the dots on the graph paper and you have a topographic profile. This figure shows the profile of a region drawn from the contour map. Similarly, various shapes of profiles emerge by drawing from different contour maps.